For years, the anti-aging space was dominated by a handful of heavy hitters. The calorie restriction gurus, the NAD+ believers, the rapamycin acolytes. But a new contender has quietly entered the ring with a name that's it's a name that science nerds love and marketers hate. Spermidine. It's a compound first discovered in human sperm, but now a key player in the longevity industry. Sold as an anti-aging miracle, it's said to be the key to cellular rejuvenation, to making your hair grow thicker, and to sharpening your brain. The claims are massive and the hype is building, but here at the Healthy Skeptic, we don't get our health advice from a hashtag. We go to the lab, we read the studies. So, is Spermidine the fountain of youth in a capsule, or is this just another case of wishful thinking and a hefty price tag? Let's dive deep and separate the science from the pseudoscience. The world of longevity is built on a simple premise. A lot of small, incremental changes can add up to a longer, healthier life. Spermidine fits perfectly into this narrative. It's a naturally occurring polyamine, a small organic molecule found in every living cell on Earth, from plants and animals to you and me. Your body produces it, your gut bacteria produce it, and you get it from your diet. The simple logic that's driving this trend goes like this. As you age, your natural spermidine levels decline. This decline is correlated with age-related decline, so if you can restore those levels, you can reverse the clock. It's a tantalizingly simple premise that has made wheat germ and aged cheese the new superfoods for the biohacking crowd. But as with all simple solutions to complex biological problems, the story is far from simple. We're going to break down the claims and the limited data, and we'll get to the one scientific process that makes this whole thing worth talking about. Autophagy, the biology of spermidine more than just a name. Before we get to the sexy stuff about longevity, let's understand what we're actually talking about. Spermidine is a polyamine, a member of a family of molecules that are absolutely fundamental to life. They play critical roles in everything from cell growth and proliferation to DNA stabilization, protein synthesis, and even stress response. Your body's cells can synthesize spermidine from its precursor, putrescine, but it also relies on external sources. You get some from your diet, especially from foods like mushrooms, legumes, soybeans, and as you've heard 1,000 times, wheat germ and aged cheese. Your gut microbiome is also a vital source, as certain bacteria are metabolic powerhouses that can produce spermidine for your body to absorb. This three-pronged system of production, your body, your gut, and your diet, is a testament to how essential this molecule is. But here's the pivotal point, the age-related decline. Multiple studies across species have shown that as an organism gets older, its levels of spermidine decrease. This isn't just a minor drop, it's a consistent trend observed from yeast all the way up to humans. The question, of course, is why? Is this a natural part of aging, or is this decline a driver of aging itself? That's what longevity researchers are trying to answer. They're exploring whether supplementing with spermidine is a way to correct this age-related deficit, and in doing so, address one of the key hallmarks of aging. And the reason they're so hopeful is because of a cellular process that's the holy grail of anti-aging: the longevity connection, the autophagy mechanism. If the anti-aging community had a favorite word, it would be autophagy. The word literally means self-eating, but don't let that freak you out. It's your body's incredibly sophisticated recycling and cleanup system. Think of your cells as bustling little cities. Over time, junk builds up, damaged proteins, worn out mitochondria, and other cellular debris. If this junk isn't removed, it can clog up the city's machinery, leading to inflammation, reduced efficiency, and eventually, disease. Autophagy is the city's sanitation department. It identifies the junk, encapsulates it in a membrane, and sends it to the lysosome, the cellular recycling center, to be broken down and reused for parts. This process is absolutely vital for maintaining cellular health and preventing the buildup of waste products associated with aging and neurodegenerative diseases. And this is where spermidine becomes a celebrity. It has been shown to be a powerful inducer of autophagy. How does it do this? Through a complex and elegant series of molecular signals. One of the key players is a protein called mTOR, the mammalian target of rapamycin. mTOR is like the foreman of the construction crew. When nutrients are abundant, mTOR is active and the cell is in building mode. But when nutrients are scarce, or when a compound like spermidine is present, mTOR is inhibited. That inhibition is the signal to the cell to stop building and start cleaning. Spermidine is essentially a natural mTOR inhibitor. It also activates another pathway called AMPK, which acts as the cell's fuel gauge, signaling that energy is low and it's time to activate the recycling process to create new fuel. The combination of these two actions is why spermidine is so compelling. It's like a natural fasting mimic, tricking your cells into thinking they need to activate their cleanup crew even when you're well fed. The animal studies on this are incredibly exciting, with spermidine supplementation extending the lifespan of yeast, flies, worms, and even mice by a significant margin. But the real question, the one that matters, is whether this translates to humans. The human trials, separating fact from fiction. Now for the part where we bring our Healthy Skeptic's magnifying glass to the human data. While the animal research is compelling, human trials are still in their infancy. So what have they actually found? Let's start with the big picture epidemiology. The Bruneck study, a large observational study in Italy, followed over 800 adults for 20 years. They found that those with the highest dietary intake of spermidine had a 60% lower risk of dying from cardiovascular disease and a significantly lower all-cause mortality rate. This is a very impressive number, but remember, it's an observational study. It shows a strong correlation, not causation. The people who eat a lot of aged cheese, mushrooms, and legumes might also have other healthy habits, like regular exercise or a Mediterranean diet. The spermidine could be a marker of a healthy lifestyle, not the magic bullet itself. Now let's look at the randomized controlled trials. These are the gold standard because they prove causation. A small, randomized, placebo-controlled trial found that older adults with subjective memory decline who took a spermidine-rich wheat germ extract showed modest improvements in memory and cognitive performance over 3 months. Other studies have also shown some improvements in hair growth, with participants reporting thicker and fuller hair. The scientific community theorizes this is due to spermidine's role in promoting the growth phase of hair follicles. But these are small, short-term studies. The benefits were not a monumental reversal of aging, but a modest improvement in specific metrics. This is the most important takeaway from the science. The claims in the marketing are often extrapolated from these small, promising results. They see a study showing a small memory improvement and market it as a brain-rejuvenating pill. They see some evidence of hair growth and call it a baldness cure. This is the oldest trick in the supplement book. The evidence of spermidine significantly and single-handedly extending human lifespan simply does not exist. Not yet. We don't have a 20-year human trial with a spermidine group and a placebo group, and until we do, the claims of living longer are just that, claims. The spermidine supplement trap, the hype versus reality. Even if you're convinced by the animal data and the early human studies, you still have to navigate the wild west of the supplement market, and this is where the skeptical alarm bells should be ringing. First, dosing. Most of the promising human studies used a very low dose, often around 1 to 1.5 milligrams a day, but a quick search online reveals products promising 5, 10, or even 40 milligrams per serving. Why? Because higher numbers sell better, but we have no idea what the long-term effects of these super high doses are. We don't even know if your body can absorb and utilize that much spermidine from a pill. A study on high-dose spermidine supplementation found it had minimal effect on blood spermidine levels in healthy adults, suggesting that taking a ton of the stuff doesn't necessarily mean it gets where it needs to go. Second, quality and source. A supplement company can get a synthetic form of spermidine made in a lab in another country, slap a fancy label on it, and sell it to you as an anti-aging breakthrough. There's no way for you to know if the product contains what it says it does. There's no third-party testing required by the FDA. The most reliable studies use specific food-derived wheat germ extracts, not synthetic compounds. The source matters because of something called the food matrix effect, where compounds in a whole food work synergistically, enhancing each other's effects. A lonely spermidine molecule in a pill might not have the same impact as one surrounded by other beneficial compounds in a piece of aged cheese. So the healthiest and most skeptical approach is a food-first one. You can significantly boost your spermidine levels by incorporating things like wheat germ, aged cheeses, mushrooms, legumes, and soybeans into your diet. This gives you a compound with a proven history of safety, along with a host of other vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that a a pill simply can't provide. So what's the final verdict on Spermidine? Is it a scam? No, the science is far too compelling for that. Is it a proven anti-aging pill that will add a decade to your life? Also no, not yet. Spermidine is a powerful, naturally occurring molecule that has shown a remarkable ability to induce autophagy, the body's essential cellular cleanup process, in a variety of model organisms. The early human research on memory and hair growth is promising and warrants further investigation, but the claims of a lifespan extension in humans are purely speculative. The supplement market is light years ahead of the science, pushing unproven products with unknown dosages and potential contaminants. The Healthy Skeptic knows the real biohack is not a quick pill, but a thoughtful and informed lifestyle. It's about doing the boring stuff that actually works. Eating a diverse diet, exercising, and getting enough sleep. Spermidine can be a part of that, but it's a tool, not a magic bullet, and the safest way to use that tool is by getting it from the foods nature intended, not from an unproven bottle on a shelf. The science is on its way, but until then, a trip to the grocery store is your best bet for longevity. The information in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. Please consult with a qualified healthcare professional before making any decisions about your health or lifestyle. So next time a guru tells you the secret to eternal youth is a supplement named after a part of the male anatomy, remember, the science is still figuring it out, and you can get a lot of it from a cheese board, which is a much more enjoyable biohack if you ask me. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the truth behind questionable longevity fads, hit that subscribe button. We're here to expose the BS so you don't have to. And if you know someone who just ordered a year's supply of Spermidine, maybe share this video with them. We're all in this together, trying to get a little healthier and a little smarter.